Harihi Om. Shamno Mitrasyam Varunaha Shamno Bhavatvariyama Shamna Indra Bruhaspadihi Shamno Vishnurukramaha Namo Brahmane Namaste Bhayo Tvameva Prachaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Prachaksham Brahma Vadishyami Rutam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmamavatu Tadvaktaramavatu Avatu Mam Avatu Vaktaram Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So, we are going to learn about a study of Aquarius. This is from lesson number 118. Before this lecture, we have completed the lecture The Planets and Karma. It is almost 18 lessons on planets and karma. That is one of the most important aspects in spiritual astrology. I also suggested you to read again those lessons on planets and karma. You will understand what exactly the karma is, how to handle that karma with the help of the planets in our horoscope, and how planets indicates our past karma, and how can we organize our life, change our thinking patterns, changing our habits and changing our life patterns. Then only we can overcome the effects of the bad effects of the planets. At the same time, as I explained you before, the planets works in our horoscope on the personality level, on the individual level, and on the soul level also. When we are living in the personality level and the individual level, definitely the planets, they influence our life, they condition our mind, and they condition our thoughts, and we live in this world according to the conditioning of the mind. So the purpose of the spiritual astrology is to elevate ourselves from the individual and personality consciousness into the soul consciousness. How it works? When one disciple or an aspirant or a man or woman, when once they enter into the soul consciousness, how the planets change their course of action on the individual, Master explained in a very, very beautiful way. That's why spiritual astrology is not a small course, though it is not connected with predictive astrology, but we can use that science also to elevate ourselves into the higher consciousness, to live with the higher consciousness, to live with the consciousness of the Devas, or to live with the Deva kingdom, and to live a life, a spiritual life, in the kingdom of the Masters. Now, we are entering into the very, very valuable subject, the study of Aquarius. Once again, I am telling you, it is nothing to do with our sun in Aquarius. Whether you are Aquarius born or not, it is not an important thing here. We understand the Aquarius study, consciousness. Let us study the higher consciousness of Aquarius. Master started like this. So in Aquarius, so many millions and millions of people, they will born in Aquarius as sun sign. We can't expect all the Aquarius people to behave in the same manner. They live in the same consciousness, to have the same thinking patterns or behavioral patterns. It's all depend upon their evolution in this particular life. That's why Master is telling here, let us study the higher consciousness of Aquarius. In Aquarius, the people are there who are living with the personality level and who are living in the individual level or who are living in the soul level. So here Master is telling we are dealing with the higher consciousness of the Aquarius. That is the consciousness of the simultaneous existence. It is a bit difficult. I will give you an example. So the main thing in the Aquarius is the simultaneous existence of the consciousness in all planes. This is the sentence we use many times in the yoga path of Master C, and in every great book you will know this sentence: the simultaneous existence in all planes. He is giving example here. If you place a book here, we can say that the book exists. If you take it away, the book does not exist there. So he is giving an example, Master, here. If you place a book on the table, when you look at the book, we say, yes, this book is on the table. When you take away that book from the table, and then if you look at the table, you cannot see the book. So one thing is, look at the book, that is number one. Number two, when the book is not there, we cannot look at the book. Again, Master gives another example. If there is a house constructed in the space, when you look at the house, you can see the house in the objective world. When the house is dismantled, then what happens? You cannot see the house, but you can see only the space. The simultaneous existence in all planes means you have to look at the house if the house is not there. If the house is, if you look at the house and the house is there in the space, when the house is not there, you cannot look at the house. But what Master is telling, we have a mind that can understand existence or non-existence. So we have a mind understand the existence of the book. When the book is not there, you can understand the non-existence of the book. With the mind, we are now having an objective consciousness. We can know only if something exists or not. There is consciousness behind our normal consciousness which can observe the two things simultaneously, that is existence and non-existence. Even then it is a little bit difficult to understand. So there is a mind which is working with the objective world. It only observes if something is there existing in this world. It cannot observe which is not existing in this world. But there is a mind behind our conscious mind or objective mind. It can exist even in the existence and non-existence. So it is like it is also a very difficult. Master is telling that. So if you go into the scriptures, if you read about the scriptures and the Maharshis or the yogis, they can see into the past, they can see the present, and they can see the future simultaneously. Master explains all these things very beautifully in the book, from where we are taking all these lessons. Astrology, the perception of occult and spiritual perception. He explained a lot of things like this. How understand the simultaneous existence means there are rishis, they are called drashtas. They can see into the past, they can see the present, they can see into the future. With the background of these time cycles, they create a plan to go further into the evolution without being caught in the past, without going into the illusion of the future. Then they live in the presence with the experience of the past, and they live in the presence to create a bright future. This is what we call the existence of all planes. Even in the yogic consciousness also, the yogi, some people they live in the physical world, physical plane. Some people they live mainly on the vital plane or the astral plane. Some of them they live in the mental plane, all the time they use their intellectual and everything. Some they live on the buddhic plane, the plane of discrimination or plane of Gayatri. Some on the nirvanic plane, some on the parinirvanic plane, and some on the parinirvanic plane. They live only on one plane. If they are in the nirvanic plane, they know about the buddhic plane and mental plane and astral plane and physical plane. But those who are living in the consciousness of the mental plane, they don't know anything about the buddhic plane. That means they can exist only in one plane in that particular span of life. Or if they elevate it to the next plane, they exist in the consciousness of that plane, but they don't know anything about the next plane. But the simultaneous existence in all planes means they can exist simultaneously in all the planes. And whatever they wanted to operate in this life, they go to that particular plane and then they operate from there. If they want, they come to the physical plane. If they want, they go to the paranirvanic plane, and they can exist in any plane in their own way according to the need of the humanity. That is what is called the higher consciousness of Aquarius. So if somebody in somebody's life, in his consciousness, if he is awakened in the higher side of consciousness of Aquarius, he can exist simultaneously. That is the first lesson Master has given. What is the name of the present month that is going on? It is October. What is next month? I think it is November. Like this, which we use when we teach the child that there are 12 months in a year. And all the 12 months exist in the mind. So now we understand two layers of mind. One layer is to understand now it is October. This layer of mind never permits November to exist now. There is another layer mind which permits all the 12 months to exist in the same time. Master is explaining about the calendar. Suppose I am giving this lecture in the month of September, for example. That means I am existing in the September month. I cannot exist in the November month, October month, because October month has to come after 20 days or 18 days. So, when you are explaining to the student, a teacher is explaining to the student, taking a calendar of the 12 months, look at this is the month of January, this is the month of February, this is the month of March, April, May, June, July, August, like that. Then the teacher shows all the 12 months on the blackboard to explain to the student. After January, February month comes, of February and March comes, and after March, April comes, like that. So there is one mind existing only in the month of September where we are living now. There is a teacher is there explaining about the 12 months, writing the names of the months on the board. So this is the two layers of the mind, Master is telling. When somebody enters into the higher consciousness in the yoga, that's what I explained in previously. They can exist now, they can exist in the past, and they can exist in the future. Everything is there. That is what Master is explaining about the Aquarius. So, then the most important lesson, 128th lesson, Master started explaining about Leo and Aquarius. You remember very well, every sign will have its own special quality in our evolution. If you read esoteric astrology of Alice Bailey, and then if you read spiritual astrology of Master K, you will exactly know what Master is explaining here. In our evolution, sometimes we will born in the month of in the sign of Aquarius, in the Aries. After few births or the next birth, we may born in Taurus or we may born in Libra. There is no rule that you have to born continuously one by one like that. We don't misunderstand like that. So many people they think if they are born in a Sagittarius this birth, they feel like they will born in the Capricorn in the next birth. And then after that they will born again in the sign of Aquarius. It is not like that. This is the most important part in the astrology. What we have to understand is, suppose, forget about the sun signs here. Sun sign is different from the 12 signs. Sun sign means in which sign we are born, that is what we call the sun sign. It is only conditioned to us only. It is only limited to us. The signs are different. 12 zodiacal signs are different. We are speaking about 12 zodiacal signs, not our sun signs. You please make it very clear by yourself. Once again I am giving you an advice. Don't look at your horoscope when you are trying to understand the spiritual astrology. Don't look at your horoscopes. Don't look at your moon, or don't look at your ascendant, or don't look at about any of your birth chart planetary positions. You will not understand what exactly spiritual astrology is. We are speaking about the zodiacal sign of Aquarius. Remember that, not your Aquarius or not your Leo. Here, in the evolution, from disciple state to the master state, or from the individual consciousness to the universal consciousness, two signs they show they will show a special significance in the total evolution plan. One is the Leo, and there is the Aquarius. Why Leo is? It is the individual consciousness. Small I am, or localized I am. Aquarius is the universal consciousness. The total journey is from Leo to Aquarius, from the individual consciousness to the universal consciousness. Joel Kuhl, through Alice Bailey, the master, he explained elaborately about these two, Leo and Aquarius. Of course, he explained about all the 12 signs, it is a different thing. But master has given as a special subject of Leo and Aquarius. I will try to explain to you as simply as possible. Leo and Aquarius, Shambhala and hierarchy. He has given the links between Leo and Aquarius and Shambhala and hierarchy. This is the most very important lesson in this particular book. If we can understand this aspect of spiritual astrology, we will understand again Leo and Aquarius in spiritual astrology book very well. You ought to practice the meditation of these two signs, Leo and Aquarius. So how to start with it? First of all, try to meditate the Leo and Aquarius. That is what Master is telling. You have to practice the meditation of these two signs, Leo and Aquarius. You will gain mastery over your consciousness and make your consciousness operate in any one of the lower or higher layers of existence without getting conditioned by any one of the layers. This sentence is a very important sentence. What is this? When you meditate upon the Leo and Aquarius, what we will get? You will gain mastery over your consciousness and make your consciousness operate in any one of the lower or higher layers of existence without getting conditioned by any one of the layers. When once you get into the consciousness of the Leo and Aquarius, then you can operate in any one of the lower or higher layers of the existence without being conditioned by any one of the layers. That is the beauty of the meditation of Leo and Aquarius. Master explained to you already, or explained in the future also. When you try to meditate from Aries and Taurus and then come down, again in the reverse order, when you go up through the spinal cord, then when we come to the Leo position, then there you will find Aquarius also. So in the higher order of spiritual astrology, what we have to do, when we meditate Leo here at the heart center, we have to meditate the Aquarius symbol also there. We have to join the meditation of the Leo and Aquarius. Master explained to you when we come to the reverse order of the meditation of the 12 signs. Okay. Then he is telling here, I am repeating again, you will gain mastery over your consciousness and make your consciousness operate in any one of the lower higher layers of existence without getting conditioned by any one of the layers. Without this training, when we come to the lower layers of consciousness, our mind is conditioned by the lower layer and begins to exist in the lower layers, forgetting its duty to gain to the higher layers. These are the two functions that are governing Leo and Aquarius. Leo is the sign of the heart here, you see. Heart is like a filtering point. So there are a lot of things to be explained here. I will try to explain in my next lecture. What are the lower worlds, what are the higher worlds, how Leo is in between. So I will explain to you in a detailed way. Then you will understand what exactly Leo is and what Aquarius is. Here, I will read here and stop this lesson. I will explain in detail in my next lesson. So, here it is said that these devas conceive the great dwellers of the supra-cosmic plane of Vasishtha and the cosmic plane of Agastya. So, Vasishtha is the deva of the supra-cosmic plane who is working through Leo. Agastya is the deva of the cosmic plane who is working through Aquarius. This is one of the most advanced lessons in this entire book. I will explain to you in my next lesson. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.